Hey, how's it going? Welcome to News Acc 30Sep2021. We're looking from the papers. First of New York Times, picture from Vietnam where lockdowns are hampering the flow of goods to America. On the right, Democrats still trying to pass $1 trillion social safety net bill. Down here, Britney Spears got her life back. Congratulations. On the left, shortage of truck drivers in the UK. Wall Street Journal, there's the next Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida. Democrats trying to pass $1 trillion infrastructure bill. US economy hopefully line go up. National Post from Canada, there's sexual predator James Bond. Underneath that, there's Robert Schellenberg. He's on death row in China, Canadian national. Grandma from Cuba, stories about the pandemic. Down the bottom, quote from Fidel. We have to use science and technology not to destroy, but to create, to overcome poverty, to protect and prolong life, to bring well-being to man. Yes, thank you, Fidel. Star for South Africa, Digital Vibes heat now on Cyril. Digital Vibes is a communications deal from the Department of Health, and about 90 million rand was channeled to entities set up by the people who set up the deal, so embezzlement. Only about 40 million rand went towards the recipients, and 20 million rand is still unaccounted for. So another day, another scandal in South Africa. Jerusalem Post, story about vaccine passes, bus crash. Down the bottom, Kamala Harris didn't challenge students' ethnic genocide claim against Israel. Yeah, because it's true. Tehran Times, trust issues. There's Jake Sullivan, Irishman, United States National Security Advisor, on a wee trip to the Middle East, reassuring their partners such as the United Arab Emirates that America will always be there for them. The Hindu, turmoil in Punjab, same ongoing story, the Congress has collapsed. The Australian sexual predator James Bond and Kate, who's related to a sexual predator, allegedly, Prince Andrew, still wanted for question regarding his relationship, beautiful billionaire fights to Jeffrey Epstein or IP. Something about the economy. Down the bottom, ad from the United Australia Party, lockdowns break up marriages. I mean, maybe if you live in separate houses, I don't know. Global Times from China, there's the lads out and about in the Xinjiang Autonomous Region, aka the Tibetan Autonomous Region. No inch of Chinese territory can be taken from their hands, you better believe it. Irish Examiner, high profile true crime case. Down the bottom, more true crime, human interest, true crime. Irish Times, high profile true crime case, another true crime case down the bottom. Irish Independent, there's Kate out kicking a football. They were in Derry yesterday, of course on a surprise visit. They don't announce these things in advance for obvious reasons. Underneath that story about the budget, Irish Sun, football, lotto, true crime. Evening Herald, football, true crime. Belfast Telegraph, there's Kate again, holding a tarantula named after her daughter, Charlotte. Okay. Another day, another story about a legacy killing. My murdered RUC wife could have been saved. So this guy's alleging that the government and the IRA both participated jointly in the killing of an RUC officer in 1992, I think. So going back a little while. The Herald from Scotland, do we have an anti-Irish problem? Yes, seems to be a lot of tensions in Scotland recently, a lot of Orange Order marches, this type of thing, with a lot of anti-Irish sentiment going on, and anti-Catholic sentiment as well, let's say. There's Keir Starmer giving his 90-minute speech to the Labour Party conference. Financial Times, there he is again, Keir Starmer, who's bigging up Tony Blair, bringing back the values of New Labour, you know, the values that brought us to the invasion of Iraq in 2003, that type of thing. Underneath that, electricity, gas bills, that's the fuel crisis. The Guardian, high-profile true crime case, Sarah Everard. Underneath that, there's Keir Starmer and his wife. His wife looks kind of drugged in that photo, not a good look. The Independent, 4 stories on the top. Politics, lifestyle, football. Underneath that, Sarah Everard. Starmer invokes Blair in bid to woo the centre ground. Blech. The Times, Sarah Everard. There's Kate again on the front with sexual predator James Bond. Prepare for a nightmare Christmas, shoppers told. Okay, supply chains are crumbling. Daily Torygraph, there's Alistair Heath has come out from the editor's office to write a little opinion piece. The Brexit-hating global elite is watching Britain's chaos with glee. I wouldn't just say it's the Brexit-hating global elite, I'd say it's most countries, especially the ones that were colonised by Britain. But anyway, there's Keir Starmer with his wife again, who still looks drugged. France threatens Jersey's energy supply and fishing route. So still a big fight going on over fishing rights in and around Jersey, but Jersey get their power from France because it's closer to France than it is to Britain, so they're threatening to cut them off and see how it goes. Daily Express, there he is, unbeatable sexual predator James Bond. Underneath that, Sarah Everard. iNewspaper, Keir Starmer, Sarah Everard. Daily Mirror, celebs, Keir Starmer, Sarah Everard. Daily Mail, Sarah Everard. Metro, moment the cop took Sarah Everard. So it's an extremely high profile case. The details are pretty harrowing. This guy, a cop, stopped this woman in the street and said, "You're in violation of COVID laws." And then he handcuffed her, put her in his car, drove her to a remote location, raped her, murdered her, and burned her body in a piece of land that he owned. So really, really horrific details to this story. There's going to be a lot of talk about police reform in the wake of this, and police vetting and this type of thing. And just to be clear, there is no reforming this. Absolutely not. The police are agents of the state, and when they do this type of thing, this is not an abuse of power. This is them using the discretionary powers that have been given to them. They're agents of the state. They are the armed wing of the state. This should be considered as political violence. Women losing trust in police, says this headline. You should not trust the police. The police are not there to protect you or me or to solve crime. They do not do any of that. They enforce private property laws. And time to time this type of thing happens. There is absolutely no reforming this. The only solution is to abolish the police as we know it. Alright, Julian Assange is still in jail, high profile Belmarsh prison, without fair trial or due process. If you want to stay off corporate or state media for the day, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.